G'day, it's Jason here from In Search of Australia. Today I'm going to give a second chance, and that's to Campbell's River. Last time I was just up to the right of me in the public prospecting area and I got nothing, absolutely nothing, no indicators, anything to suggest that there's gold or gemstones here. I'm told that there is, so I'm going to try again in a different area, and if I find something, I'll eat my hat. Campbell's River is about 3 hours drive from Sydney. What I did was I went up from the public prospecting area to Vulcan State Forest, which is all broken up into different sections, and checked where the river sort of ran alongside the forest. What you do need to note is that you do need a fossicking license to go into these areas. So using Google Earth, I could have a little look at Campbell's River. I could scope out Campbell's River to look for things like the bend in the river, or bedrock, or just features that may hold sapphire and gold. This is a really nice way of scouting areas you haven't been to. The section that I came to has quite a large body of water. A bit further up you wouldn't know that this river would turn into this. It's more like a tiny creek, and it's really quite a nice spot. You can see here that flooding has taken place and that a whole lot of new gold or gems should be deposited in places like these crevices, and obviously in the deeper, slower moving parts of the water here. I'm imagining a flood coming through here, and you can see that if it came straight down this river, deposited material up against the tree here, that running across this granite bedrock we have a natural sluice. But it looks like most people have dug it out, and I couldn't find much in any of the crevices here. So what I found here was a boulder that had a lot of debris under it, as well as a drop in the river next to the granite. So I'm going to try under the boulder and in the riverbed behind me. So I found this part of the river here where we have this granite boulder cutting across. Bit of a rapid here going down. So what I'm going to have a little look at is if anything that went over the top of this dropped down in front of it. So what we've got here is a fallen tree with the granite and weeds here. Don't know whether there'll be anything in that, but what I am more interested in, over the other side here, we've got this massive granite boulder here with a whole area collected under there. Now, I've already dug a little bit there, that's what you're seeing, but I haven't quite got down to the layer that I need to. So I'm going to dig that out and test it on its own. Have those set up. Now the gravel here, a lot muddier and siltier, so I might be cleaning it up in the sieve there a bit and pulling these roots out. But the key thing is these roots can hold gold, so I really do want to rinse them properly.
very, very thick. But if I open it up, you can see there's gravel in there. So a bit of a filter itself, a sieve in itself. So never know what it's caught. So you can see it's very different to the clay from Sapphire Bend because this is constantly wet and is finer silt. It should clean up much easier, except for the roots, of course. Well, there's a nice little fleck of gold there, and another one there, and a little tiny zircon. It looks like it's true. Oh, there's a big old zircon there. It's very true that you can get things here. Now, determining the best spot, it's probably my next goal, is to just do maybe one shovel full of either a crevice, the deeper part of the creek, maybe behind some of the granite boulders, and then looking at the bend in the river and the wash here. So that will be my next goal, but I'm afraid my dinner tonight is going to be interesting. Having tried the crevices and under that granite boulder as well as the riverbed, I've found that there's no large sapphires, or I just couldn't find the spots where they might be. I have, however, in the pan found a few specks of gold and some gemstones. So over there I can see a flood height by all the debris stuck in the trees, which to me says that any crevices here would have been below the flood waters. So I'm going to try and just scratch it out if there's any left, because it does look like people have been through here. Might try around here. Yeah, looks like there's gravel in there. So what I'm going to do is just let's get rid of these leaves. I'm going to scrape all this up and put it in there and sieve it. single speck of gold. So yes, the crevices can hold gold. Obviously closer to the river would be better. Definitely not the place to get sapphires. So, in my pan, I've got a rainbow of gems. It's really quite amazing, the colours. And then this one's a little harder to see, but maybe if I go into the shade there's quite a few flecks of gold. Just up in the top right of the black sand there. Very good. I was going through the process of just tidying the pan, and right under some of the earth was that big flake of gold there. So this has actually been quite good, especially for gold. This wash is actually from Sapphire Bend. I wasn't recording because I was just going through it, but as you can see, now that's a sapphire. So a Crocodile Dundee of sapphires. One of the great things about coming out to these sorts of areas are the things you'll find. It's like a wild pig jaw, quite intact. I don't think I'd want to actually meet this pig. If you look at those teeth and tusks, I should say. Do we have any sauce?